Shota Doi is harassed by the bully Takamatsu, his lover Erika, and his gang in 2040. This leaves his only supporters to be his sister Mayu and his teacher Yuzuki Haine. He contracts an illness and is frozen, becoming bitter when his peers do not care, and walks out during his farewell address. 5 years later, he is treated and resurrected by Karen Kamiya, who reveals the MK virus and why Mayu went away. He returns to his former school and reunites with Yuzuki, who seduces him. He begins to form friendships with other girls but is hurt by a stray volleyball. Yuzuki treats and seduces him once more while they acknowledge they have always loved each other. Karen later reports to her supervisors, who inquire as to why the old school has to be reopened. She claims that because Shota and the girls are unaware of Hino and Riito, they believe Shota is the last man on Earth. As a result, they will utilize them as puppets in their plan to conquer the planet. Shota has been sleeping with Yuzuki every day. Karen then brings him to a swimming lesson a week after this. Later on, Natsu Ikage is appointed as his temporary roommate. After Shota assists her in getting ready, she discloses that her father planned for her to marry a much older guy until they were both killed by the MK virus. He is then seduced by her. Meanwhile, Riito is hard at work researching the cure when Mira tells him that Maharu works at a refugee shelter. She does, however, warn him that if people discover Maharu is his sister, she may be in danger. When Riito meets Hino, he discovers that he has impregnated one of the females. When Yuzuki returns, Shota admits to sleeping with Ikage and begs forgiveness, but she tells him that they all know, and that he belongs to everyone. He confronts Karen and demands an explanation. She takes him before class and tells him she reopened his old school to make him feel at ease so he would mate and repopulate the earth. The females then strip naked in front of him. The council then tells him that since Riito refuses to mate, Mira is useless and will be removed from her post. Riito has a month to make the treatment before he must mate. Meanwhile, despite being allowed to stay, Mira is sacked as Riito's attendant and replaced by Rie Katajiri, who appears hostile to him. Riito is also working with the shy virologist Maria Kuroda. The group then heads to Kamen City, the site of the MK virus's first victim, to interview Taniguchi, the virus's hospitalized widow. In a hot spring, Riito unwillingly bathes with the females. Taniguchi refuses to comply and makes fun of Riito's inability to mate. It is revealed that Taniguchi is in communication with Alyssa and wonders why she will not expose herself when they leave. An American called Chloe attempts to seduce Riito in a hotel sauna and leads him into kissing her just as the others walk in, infuriating them. Mira later tells Taniguchi about Riito's honor and persuades her to disclose what she knows. However, someone sneaks in and poisons her IV tube, causing her to become critically ill. Taniguchi requests that a photograph of her and her husband be handed to Riito before passing out. Riito, Sui, and Maria search the abandoned hospital where the first victim was treated but come up empty-handed. Akane suspects Ria after deducing that Taniguchi was poisoned. Ria rescues her sister from being raped by another girl. Riito analyzes the photo and discovers incomplete plans for the MK virus. Later, Akane and Maria warn him that people working on the cure have gone missing. Meanwhile, Hino, who is tired of his harem, spots Maharu and chooses her as his new bed companion. Daniko, his attendant, informs Riito and Maharu, who complain that she is just 16, but agrees to a lunch date with Riito. While Akane discloses that their leader Kahara is her mother, the council instructs Riito to distribute food as a publicity stunt. Ria immediately expresses her feelings for Mira, but she is rejected. A sniper attempts to kill Riito while he distributes food, but is stopped by Ria's sister. Maharu rejects Hino during the lunch date, which depresses him, but he appeases them by sleeping with his jealous harem. Riito, Maria, Sui, and Akane later discover that the abandoned hospital was visited by many of the missing doctors. Karen informs Shota that he is not permitted to leave the institution until he has graduated. Later, the class selects his new roommate by drawing lots. Rika Yanagi triumphs, but he flees to the teacher's lounge since she looked like Erika. Shunka Hiragi enters and bonds with him by explaining that she, too, was bullied as a child. She then attempts to seduce him. Rika complains that it was supposed to be her time and fights Shunka, prompting Shota to flee once more. He dials Yuzuki's number but receives no response. The person who hit him with the volleyball, Akira TD, apologizes and seduces him. Karen devises a new plan in which a girl would be assigned as his servant on a daily basis. He trips after kissing Rika and scratches his hand. Karen then orders Ikage, Shunka, and Akira to sleep with him at the same moment after being cured. Shifuyu Ren Kuroda tries to seduce him, but he rejects her because she resembles a child. Karen informs him that Yuzuki has moved away, which has angered him. He gets significantly more sexually aggressive with the girls over the next few days. Shinashino, one of the females who used to ignore him when he was bullied, transfers in one day, therefore shocking him.